Okay, I think that let us start. And just wanted to let everyone know that we are recording this meeting and we will be putting up on our channel anyways. For the people who were not able to attend, they will be able to benefit from this one. Yeah, so first of all, I would like to again welcome all of you and thank you so much for attending this webinar. I'll start by introducing myself and also to introduce our company Charcos. So my name is Dr. Seema Balian. I'm the director of Charcos. I'm a doctor by profession and I have worked in UK in NHS for more than 15 years before we decided to come back to India and set up various healthcare businesses over here. Charcos is one of them, where it is our recruitment, consulting, and the training arm. Um, some of you might see, or whenever you are searching for our history, you might find the name of Aryavrat Healthcare as well. So just wanted to let you know that we were Aryavrat Healthcare, but we have rebranded to Charcos. But we are the same people with same connection, just new look and new opportunities. So Charcos is more than 15-year-old UK-based healthcare brand, and it started like with healthcare consultancy, but then we have gone into the recruitment and training of all of the healthcare staff. And we have put a lot of emphasis on training because that is one of the USPs that we have, that whoever we are recruiting and other people as well, we put a lot of emphasis on training so that you become the most confident and the most capable person when you are joining your role in UK or any other part of the world that you are recruited for. So we started this company, as I said, that are more than 15 years old. I, along with my partner, Dr. Shashi Balian, we are the co-founders of this company. And currently, we are having our presence in not only just UK, but in Germany, Italy, Australia, Saudi, and we are soon going to be starting in US as well. So when we say today, we are going to be focusing more on UK and the career opportunities in UK, as goes the title of our webinar. I know that there are a lot of people who are aspiring to make their career in UK, but I would like to sort of call upon all of them to give them that guidance and tell them that what are the most exciting opportunities which are there in currently in UK and some of the upcoming opportunities as well, so that you can make a good choice, an informed decision, and make an excellent career over there. So as we are going to go along, I will be discussing further that what is our USP, what do we actually do, and how we have made the training the best training available, because we not only have variety of courses but a dedicated team of professionals both from UK and India. And we are going along with the time and take a lot of feedback and always stay ahead in the curve of coming up with new training material and the ways of training, with our whether it is an online training with our online in-house portal, which gives you the training for various kind of jobs. If you are looking at the nursing career in mental health or in adult or in pediatrics, so we have got our learning portal, which will not only give you the training for your CBT or the theory exam, but also for the practical exams. And there are a lot of other benefits that are there along with our portal, because there are a lot of admin side of it as well, which makes your process very, very smooth. So like when we started Charcos, like we were always following our mission, which was always to give the international career opportunity and to support a lot of people to make the international career and make sure that your journey is as smooth as possible, and we can give you wings for flight of your success. And we always had a vision that we at Charcos should be your one-stop solution for everything, whether it is for the education or training or recruitment, or even after recruitment, your pastoral care, and to make sure that we not only educate you, but we also give you that X factor. We do all of the counseling and empower you to become the best of the people and best in your work and become the leaders of the future. So not only we believe in depth with our mission and vision, but we also believe in excellence, and hence the Excel is one of our motto that we believe in. So when we start, we want to believe, and we have been your recruitment and growth partner in UK and your learning partner in India, and we have made sure that whenever you are going from India to UK, the transition has been smooth, and you are capable and empowered with each and everything, and you get the best sort of training to be successful in every endeavor that you have, whether it is your CPT exam, whether it is your OSCE exam, or whether there is any other training that you require for you to be the best in your job. So now focusing a little bit more on the career opportunities in UK. So there are, I'm sure that people who are interested in making the career in abroad or in UK, I know that you probably will be aware that there are lots of opportunities, but today we are going to be focusing on more that what are the best career opportunities, which are the upcoming specialties, and what are the ones that you should be looking for, and also the reasons behind that, why you should be looking for, and how Charcos can make your those career possible, as well as like your journey very very smooth, and how you can become the best in your choice, as well as like you have an informed decision that you can make, and you and are happy and successful in your future career. So Charlotte is with me, and probably Charlotte can just take over from here onwards, and she can take you upon what are the scope of healthcare career in UK, and can give you a little bit more guidance about what all are the options which are available for you. So Charlotte, it is over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Seema. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd firstly like to wish you a happy Independence Day. Hope you've got lots of celebrations planned. But from all of us in the UK, I hope you have an amazing day. So I'm Charlotte Jeffrey, and I'm the commercial manager for the Charcos UK team. Probably worth giving you a bit of background about me. So I actually come from a large NHS trust. So I've actually worked for a healthcare organisation, and I've also worked for a private healthcare organisation quite a few years ago now. I won't kind of tell you how long because that gives away how old I am. But I've kind of worked in social care and for NHS trusts. So as Dr. Seema mentioned, today is all about us kind of sharing with you the opportunities that are available in the UK. And just really for me to be able to tell you, it's an easy process if you come through the Charcos team in India. So as Seema has already mentioned, we like to support you right from the start, and our support doesn't stop once you come to the UK. So we like to keep in contact with you to make sure that everything's going as we've promised you, and that you're getting the same opportunities as everybody else here in the UK. So firstly, I'm going to start with the challenges that we've got in the UK currently. So there's a huge vacancy gap, not just in NHS trusts, but in the private sector as well. So what we call domestic recruitment, so that's our internal UK recruitment. We do not have enough suitably trained healthcare professionals to fulfil the needs of our patient groups. So we have roughly around 50,000 nurse vacancies available. I think it's slightly more now, actually, across the NHS and private organisations. And there's a huge demand now moving away from your general adult nursing roles to your more specialist areas, such as theatres, mental health, paediatrics. And these are all pathways that we at Charcos have developed with a really, really strong support offering to enable you to come into those roles ready. We also have a huge demand for AHPs. So if you have any friends or colleagues that are OTs, they are physios, radiographers, we're still really keen to hear from those as well, because there's lots of vacancies available for those individuals too. Thank you, Dr. Seema. You could be my glamorous assistant for the for the slideshow. Thank you. So I have a particular interest in mental health. I'll be honest with you, as a group. So I was part of the original pilot program that Charcos ran with the Southwest team here in England. So they successfully recruited 150 mental health nurses from India into the Southwest, which I am biased, I'll be honest, because I live in the Southwest, but it's an absolutely beautiful part of the country. And we developed a mental health transition program. So this is where Dr. Seema mentioned earlier that we like to extend our educational offering to really equip you to come to the UK and feel confident and comfortable in the environment that you're going to be placed. So my role here in the UK is to work closely with the client, whether that's an NHS trust or a private healthcare provider, to understand what skills and experience you would need to go into that setting as a band 5 nurse, and then the competencies that you would need to deliver to kind of move to those next steps. Before I share with you the types of roles, I'd like to stress to everybody on the call today, there's a lot of spotlight in the UK around international recruitment and the opportunities for international nurses, particularly those to develop. So there's a lot of work being done in NHS trusts and private providers to ensure that you've got a clear pathway for your development, so that you have equal opportunities to UK trained nurses. If not, actually, my personal experience, Indian nurses are fantastic. And I've personally seen a number of my candidates when I was at Somerset NHS progress into band 6, band 7 roles and beyond in quite short periods of time, because of the skills that you come to the UK with. So mental health, please apply through Charcos. We need as many mental health nurses as we can to come to the UK, and I'm working with quite a high number of clients across the UK. So we have the lovely Southwest, as I've mentioned, multiple trusts in this area who are looking for mental health nurses from India, but we also have various other trusts that we're working with and private providers across the country. So particularly if you have friends, family in the UK that are living in certain areas, please do let us know if that's an area that you'd like us to explore to see if there's any vacancies. We also have a number of theatres roles, so whether you're an ODP or whether you're a nurse with theatres experience, again, there's lots and lots of opportunities, particularly in paediatrics, oncology, ICU and ITU, as Seema's shown on the slideshow. And you can see at the bottom that we have a number of organisations that we're working with. And I'd just like to stress that the historic perception of a private provider in the UK for Indian candidates, they have some great opportunities and equal opportunities as that in the NHS. So please do consider private organisations as well when you're looking at your future role. Thank you, Dr. Seema. So we do get a lot of questions, particularly around mental health and the stigma that has always been attached to it as seen as not an attractive career pathway. Personally, having worked in a mental health setting for a number of years, it absolutely is. And one of the reasons that we've developed the mental health transition program, we are very bespoke and unique in that sense. If you are to go through any other recruitment agencies, you won't find the support offering available. So we like to cover off the UK mental health practice, so that before you come to the UK, you're aware of the differences and you've got that theoretical knowledge. And then our clients that we work very closely with, they're there to give you that practical experience, so give you exposure to the different patient groups that you potentially wouldn't have seen or supported in India. So next we go on to career growth. So as I mentioned earlier, there are lots of opportunities for you to progress. It is an equal system. And I like to stress that because the opportunities are there for you, whether you are an international nurse or whether you are a UK trained nurse. And as I said, there's lots of spotlight at the moment about actually outlining that career pathway, so that you're aware in advance of the competencies that you need to achieve to get to that next step. So I would say, is it safe? Aggressive patients. So I know this is a one big question that Dr. Seema and her team get asked regularly in India. It is a safe environment. Mental health is very, very structured in the UK. We have a very different system in that certain patient groups are looked after in certain settings. So you won't find in your acute nursing field in the UK, you will not find the most challenging mental health patients coming into an acute setting. We have specific services to support those individuals. And the training that you get, the support network around you, you will never be put into an aggressive or a dangerous situation. So please do keep asking us those questions, but we're happy to provide that assurance. And when you meet with the teams in the UK, specifically the mental health teams, you can always ask them about their support networks and their escalation process. So CBT and OSCE, I think Dr. Seema touched on this, but we have a really good support offering, educational offering for both. So our model is very different in that we support you with your CBT and your OSCE training in country, and then we further support you for roughly 7 to 10 days upon arrival in the UK here with us, with the UK team. So you'll get to meet us, where we'll do some more training with you to ensure that you're confident and competent to sit your OSCE exam in the UK and pass first time, because that's what we like to see, first time pass rates. So all in all, we do wrap around you. That's probably what I'll say to you, is the support offering is huge from the Charcos team, whether it's from the team in India or whether it's from us in the UK. We're always here to help you through your journey, and we want to see you succeed. Thank you, Seema. Oh, this is probably the most important bit and the bit that stands out the most, I expect, to all of you. So salary benefits and benefits. So again, part of my role here in the UK is to agree your what we call your international recruitment relocation package. And I'm always after more, so I will keep going in with the trust to get you as much as possible. But all of our trusts have a minimum. Our trust and our private providers, we ask them to sign up to a minimum offering for you guys, and that includes the onboarding process, so things like your flights, reimbursement for your exams. They all come as standard. So our motto here at Charcos is that we don't really want to see any of you out of pocket to come to the UK. So we put that responsibility on the client to support as much as possible and to take that financial burden off of you. Salary wise, you will all be eligible for the band 5 salary once you have received your NMC PIN number. So that's post OSCE. So you've got to clear your OSCE exam to get the band 5. But once you do so, you go into what we call the NHS pay scales or the private pay scales, which are very transparent. There isn't so you won't come into a service and think, oh, is that person being paid more than me because they're a UK trained nurse? They absolutely won't be. It's all fair, and you're put on different pay points, and those go up in increments depending on terms of service. So I noticed on this slide that Dr. Seema's actually put some locum rates on here as well. Definitely, and probably more than that you could potentially earn if you were to sign up to an agency and do additional shifts on top of your contracted hours. Bank holidays we get paid for in the UK, so you're always paid 100% for your bank holidays, and there's also a number of enhancements that you're entitled to as part of your role. So we have additional enhancements for working weekends, for working antisocial hours. So that usually starts evening and night time. So you will get additional pay for working night shifts, evening shifts. We call them twilight shifts here in the UK. So you might see that on your pay slips. But again, all of this we will explain to you in detail as part of your UK transition programme that you undertake in India with our India training team before you come to the UK. Thank you, Seema.
Okay, Charlotte, can I just add a few things over here as well?
Of course.
So just wanted to highlight to the candidates that, as Charlotte has mentioned, that you will be given the reimbursements of all the like the flights or your exams and all those things. But in order to make your things much easier for you, and as Charlotte mentioned, that you are not out of the pocket to start with, from as Charcos, we help you in that process as well, that we would be helping you with that financial support that we give you to book your flights in advance for you, to book your OSCE exams for you, and also to make sure that we pay for your flights and your visa in advance so that you are not getting out of pocket before you are coming to UK. Of course, all of this later on is reimbursed, but it becomes so much more easier for you because it is a less of a burden on you. And that is what we always take care of our candidates, to make sure that it is easier for them and that they are as comfortable as possible. So I think that in the next slide that we have discussed that why you should prefer Charcos, or what are the other benefits that you are coming with Charcos. And as I had earlier said, that I would be explaining that how you can benefit so much more with the program that we have made. Now, when we started with this training and recruitment program, we had the nurses in the mind, and how we can make sure that we make it the best benefit for you, and how you are the one who will we make sure that you are the one who is coming out as a winner along with the hospital as well. Now, the benefit over here is the fact that we have included the training and for your exams, which you used to get in earlier days, and with other people, you get this training when you go to UK. And it takes so much longer for you to become ready for the OSCE and then to give the exam. But in our program, we give you this OSCE training within India itself, and we book the exam for you while you are still in India, so that you, when you are flying to UK, you are not only ready for your OSCE exam, but also you have your OSCE exam booked, and you will be getting the OSCE training in India, as well as when you go to UK, you will be getting the refreshers OSCE training over there. And I'm really proud and pleased to tell you that we are getting 100% pass rate for our candidates, and which really means that within the first week itself you have passed your exam, and within the first month itself you get your NMC PIN number, and hence you are able to go on band 5 within the first month. As if we compare that to the conventional method, it can take you almost 3 to 6 months depending upon the trust to trust. So if you take 1 month versus that 6 months where you are going to go at band 5, just imagine the profit or the benefits that you are getting on your salary every month. And because you are getting extra income every month, that makes you financially more stable for you to be able to call your family over much quicker, and your family comes quicker and they also join you over there, and they also start earning, so the second income is added much quicker in your income. Of course, like because you have gone earlier on the band 5, the promotion also becomes earlier, because you will be that that many months more senior. You are able to complete your competency much in advance, and then hence you are able to start doing the locum work or the extra shifts much earlier as well. So it is not just one section which gets the benefit, it is multiple benefits that cascades from just one of this thing. And I can tell you with my experience and what we have been doing for the last almost 4 years, that and having sent almost 3,000 nurses through this program, I can very well vouch for it that it has really worked, and there are so many people who are very happy with this program. And not only the candidates but also the hospitals are very happy, because they are getting a trained nurse who is much more confident, who is coming much quicker into the work stream, and hence it becomes such a win-win solution for everyone. And that is one of the reasons that why the program has been so successful. And while Charlotte was talking about the mental health transition program, that is just to say that our training does not limit, we do not limit ourselves to just training you for the exams, but we would like to train you so much more further, so that you, when you are joining the hospitals, if there is anything that you need a more extra education in, extra training in, we provide you that as well. And going ahead with this one, when we came up to that, when up to this mental health recruitment, we were very clear that we would want to make sure that when the mental health nurses are landing in UK, they are already aware of how and what exactly is required for you to be working in the wards. And hence, we created this program called as a mental health transition or a mental health foundation program, which you would be doing while you are waiting for all of your paperwork. So it is not an extra time that we are adding, but we are utilizing your time in a much better and economical way in order to empowering you, and as we said in our motto, to make sure that you excel so that you get empowered and you are able to go and join with confidence and be the leader in that one. And again, very happy to tell you that we have recruited, it is almost 250 nurses we have recruited in the last 6 months in the mental health who have successfully completed this program. And they have been like did a survey which proved that all of them, they were like really, really happy and more confident after this program. Charlotte, you want to add something?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know whether it would be worth mentioning. I obviously shared that I had joined from a trust that was in receipt of these candidates through Charcoal, through the mental health program. But my personal experience, having recruited other mental health nurses through other partners, the candidates that came through the Charcoal model were much better prepared for UK mental health practice. They felt confident and comfortable. And I actually had one of my candidates who was a newly qualified mental health nurse from India who is now working in a band 6 role after 10 months in the UK. So just wanted to share with you that it is possible, and it is one of the main reasons why I wanted to join Charcos, because I was really invested in the process and the way in which the organisation looks after candidates and wants the best for them. So just thought that was worth adding, Dr. Seema.
No,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Charlotte. And it's really, really good to see that people are really progressing, and that is exactly what we were telling, that is the reason that why mental health is one of the other upcoming area, and why you should apply. And I think that over there we also mentioned that even the candidates who are newly qualified or just the freshers candidates, they can also apply because you will be going ahead with the mental health transition program anyway. So you will be gaining that experience and confidence before you go. Now, other things like the qualifications and the skills, so it is same, and I'm sure that a lot of people are already aware of it. So you need to be a BSc or in nursing, or a post BSc, GNM, or MSc. All of these things are qualified for your as part of your qualification. But apart from this, you will be required to do an English exam, whether you are taking an IELTS or OET. So if you are doing IELTS, you need to have a score of an overall score of 7 with an acceptable score of 6.5 in writing. And in OET, you will need an overall band of B with C plus in writing. And also the clubbing scores are also acceptable if the two exams are taken within 1 year of each other. Then the other exams that you will need to take, or other steps which are there for you to be going towards the NMC registration, are also a CBT exam, which is a theory, computer-based theory exam, which you will be taking in India. Now, that is not necessary for, or it is not an absolute requirement for you to be appearing for the interviews. So for the interviews, as long as you are a GNM, BSc, post BSc, or an MSc, and you have got the relevant IELTS and OET score, you will be able to put forward your CV for shortlisting and for the interviews. Just adding to this one before I take you to the picture gallery, is also that when we are going through the process, just a little bit of the process, that as soon as you are putting up the your CV to us, we would be looking at your CV and will be talking to you to make sure that how we can enhance the best part of the CVs and make your CV in whether it is in formatting or whether it is in the wording, we make your CV as best as possible so that it is shortlisted. And then We are going to be preparing you for the interviews as well. We'll support you throughout the interview. And of course, after that, all of the support on your paperwork or your exams and OSCE. So it is like once you are a part of Charcos, we call it like a Charcos family. But so once you are part of the family, you are part of the family even after you have joined. And so if there is any help that you ever required, we are always happy to help out. So you can see that this is some of our nurses who have been to UK, who have successfully completed their OSCE exams and are very comfortable in their jobs now and are working. And quite a few of them have now gone on to the band 6 as well. So really, really progressing in their career, and really proud to see them and to see how they are growing. There are some more people over there, and these people, they are a mix of everyone is a mix of like an adult nursing and mental health nursing, pediatric nursing. So whatever specialty that you choose, we are able to help and support you in all of those specialties. So this is our training center, that you can see that some of the pictures are of our training center. And we also from time to time, we do get-togethers where we call all our nurses, whether they are the recent nurses or whether they are the alumni of Charcos. So we call all of them, and so that we can exchange the experience and can really have a fun day. So this was all about the current career opportunities, and about us and why we are your best partners, and how we can make your career the best one and give you the best opportunities to grow and to really help and support you. For more further information, you can go on our website at there is a CV creation link as well. If you go on our website, if you want to create your CV and make it in our format, please go to our website at Charcos Global, and you should be able to see the CV creation link. There are lots and lots of testimonials that you can see on our website, as well as our YouTube channel at Charcos Learning Center. And please join us on the Facebook, our LinkedIn page, like us, subscribe us, so that we can carry on giving you lots of more information, and can guide you throughout your career, and make sure that we become a big workforce, and can take you forward and give you the best opportunities of your career. So thank you very much for joining, and we can take some questions if anyone has put any questions on the Yes, so Babita has raised her hand. So please, would you like to ask your question, Babita? Or you can just write your question as well. So Babita, you can unmute yourself and you can ask your question. Okay, what would you like to know about?
I've allowed Babita's mic as well, Seema. So I think,
Yes.
Babita, you may be able to talk now if you want to unmute yourself and just ask us, if that's easier.
Yes, your husband can work over there. So, and it is your husband or your spouse will come on your dependent visa. Normally, it is your we always encourage that you to bring your spouse after once you have settled over there. And since in our program you are going to be settling much quicker, then you will be able to call them as early as within a couple of months of you reaching over there. And hence they will be, once they join you over there, then they will also be able to start working and add to the income. Any other questions from anyone?
We were obviously very thorough in our information, Seema. If anybody does want to ask us, I have, as I said, I've worked for an NHS trust, as has Dr. Seema. So if there are any questions about what it feels like, what the process looks like, you can always get in contact with us via our socials as well, or email us if you don't feel confident enough to ask us on this call.
Okay, so that's fine. If there are no further questions, it's as Charlotte has said that we are happy to answer any question at any time. And I hope that you got a chance to take the note of the phone numbers. I'll just share it once more. So in case if you want to just note down our contact details. So there are our contact details again. And please make sure that you also spread the word, ask your friends and talk amongst your friends and ask them to join us as well to take this excellent opportunity. Okay, so for the child education and expenses, so all the education and the medical care is all free in UK. So you will be, and that is for everyone. It does not matter that whether you are coming from, you are an international nurse or international recruit. It doesn't matter. Whoever is over there, your child will be entitled for free education and free healthcare as well. Okay, fine then. So thank you everyone. So it was great to meet all of you today, and I would really look forward to seeing many more. And we would be doing these webinars as a regular feature, and we will be sharing the next webinar link very soon, and coming up with new opportunities and new informations. So please watch out for this space, and also make sure that you are liking our YouTube channel because we put lots of update on that as well, and become our Facebook friend. So enjoy the rest of the day and a very happy Independence Day once again. And I would really like to thank Charlotte for joining us today and giving us all this information. And you will be seeing Charlotte again in some of the webinars as well. So
And come and
please look
meet me
out
in
for
the
us.
UK. Come and meet
Of
me.
course.
Yeah, thank you everyone. And I do hope that I can meet you all in the UK and that you choose to go through Charcos to support you through the process.
Okay, thank you very much. So take care,
Thank
everyone,
you.
and bye bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.